The other day, I was at lunch with a friend of mine who is a spirit-filled man. He leads worship a lot, and he does a lot of ministry work. And he was just talking about his relationship with the Lord and how wonderful he felt and how much peace he felt in his heart. And he works in kind of a difficult place. He actually works in a prison. And being a prison guard is not an easy thing. And it's a difficult job, and there's a lot of tough things that you have to do and a lot of tough situations you get involved in. One day he was sitting around, and one of the prisoners walked up to him and said, "How you doing today?" And he looked at that prisoner and said, "You know what? Today's the best day of my life." The prisoner just kind of looked at him and said, "I'm going to remember that you said that." Because the prisoner was blown away to hear this prison guard would be saying that today's the best day of his life. What, he's sitting around watching prisoners? How could that be a great day? Wouldn't the best day of your life be time in Disneyland or out with the family on a vacation? But the truth is, there's an old song we used to sing in the church, and it's, "Every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before." And if we're walking with the Lord and we've got that peace in our hearts, it doesn't matter what kind of situations around us, any day can be the best day of our lives. Now I'm going to take the story a step further. As I was driving home from lunch, I talked to my wife and I said, "You know, I was really impressed with what my friend said, that today was the best day of his life." And you know, I feel that way myself. When I've got joy inside of me and it's flowing out of me, every day gets better and better and better. Regardless of the way things are going, regardless of circumstances, they get better and better. I said, you know, the next time somebody walks up to me and says, "How you doing?" I'm going to say to them, "Today's the best day of my life." I'm going to do that tomorrow. Well, I woke up that morning and I had to go and see somebody about a situation that was developing within the church. And as soon as I got back to the church, the policeman from our town was waiting for me because a tragic situation had unfolded. And so I had to go and to work within that situation. In the midst of that tragedy, as I was consoling some people, somebody who had walked in and was consoling the family as well, turned to me and said, "Pastor, how are you doing?" Immediately, my mind went to that place, and I realized, you know what? I could say I'm having the best day of my life, but it would be highly inappropriate, and it would be almost offensive, and it would seem sarcastic and facetious. I just looked at this person and I said, "I'm fine." But one of the things I pulled from this is, whenever we have determination in our lives, whenever you decide, "Hey, I am going to do this. I'm going to climb that mountain, or I'm going to scale that wall, or I'm going to make a difference." Whenever there's determination in our lives, I think the universe greets that with adversity. It seems like when we wake up and say, "You know, today I'm going to go on a diet," that's the day that your neighbor will ring your doorbell and go, "Look, I baked you a plate of Tool House cookies." Why is there always adversity? The day that you say, "You know, I'm not very nice to my spouse and I need to love her and treat her better. I'm going to wake up, I'm not going to be a grump." That's the morning you wake up and you'll step on a tack. And if that doesn't happen, your wife will be so angry with you when you sit down to breakfast, you won't know what hit you. Every time it seems like we determine to do something, it seems like there's this storm of adversity that just comes at us. And that's what we have to deal with. You see, a lot of people say, "I really want to change my life," or "I really want to make changes in my life." But when they begin that goal of determination, adversity strikes. You know, the book of James says, count it all joy when you come into various trials. For the testing of your faith produces patience. You know, one of the things that happens is when we have determination or when we have faith, whether it's in God or in ourselves, or we say we're going to make this change, the first thing that happens is that's tested. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. And life will put you up to the test and say, are you really going to stick to your word and what you said you were going to do? Are you really trusting enough to walk through this? But if we can endure those trials, if we can count it joy, if we can say, you know what, right now it's inappropriate to say I'm having the best day of my life. I'm going to say I'm fine. But tomorrow when I wake up and somebody asks me that question, I'm going to say I'm having the best day of my life. Be willing to fight through. So many people make determinations that they're going to change, that they're going to do something, and just a little bit of adversity causes them to back away. And then they forget about what they set out to do. I want to challenge you today to be determined, to walk through adversity. And remember, if you can do it, you're going to grow. And don't be discouraged if you're tried and if you're tested and if there's times that you can't make it. Just keep on going and count that as joy. Because you never know. Today could be the best day of your life.